Hello everyone, getting a pretty not terrible opening hand, but I don't have any monsters, so I am going to have to wait to draw into something. That or I can use artifact movement and then top deck a double cyclone. And what the heck am I playing against? It is a 40 card deck with kind of an odd 13 card extra deck. That's 13, okay, that's not a number that you usually see for an extra deck. And I just saw a Jinzo though, which kind of worries me a little bit because this is a pretty trap heavy deck. Torrential. Okay. Alright, so all I have are spells and traps at the moment. So hopefully they don't summon that Jinzo and completely ruin all of my stuff until I draw into a monster. Myrmelio would be nice. Summoner Monk would be even better. Or even, let's see, Doppel Warrior. I'm not going to Torrential or anything on a Doppel Warrior. Wait, really? They're just going to go for the attack? Okay, not going to use a Mirror Force either. I don't mind taking 800. So what is this? It's going to be like a Synchron... I don't want to say Jinzo deck, but maybe... Actually, I have no idea what the heck this is. And okay, drawing into... drawing into the artifact instead of the double cyclone. That works just fine because I can use artifact movement, although I do need a card space available. Wait, do I or can I use it on there? No, I need a card space available, so... Cool, I'm going to wait for them to use Goblinberg's effect, and then I can just Torrential. And I will be saving this combo. Oh, that's... Oh, no, I can't even use... Oh, shoot. Okay, wait, what's stopping me from using Torrential? Since this goes in what is stopping me from using Torrential? No, I guess. No. That's kind of weird. I mean, that was a special summon. I would expect to be able to use Torrential on that, but... Oh, okay then. I guess I'll Torrential on this instead. Yeah, that works just fine. I cannot select this card's attack target. Oh, yeah, I don't see any cards that should have stopped me from using Torrential. That was kind of weird, but whatever. So now I'm actually in a pretty decent position just because I drew into this morale attack. So if my opponent summons anything, I'm going to be able to use artifact movement on the morale attack, destroy one of their face-up cards, and then on top of that, I have to call the Haunted so I can start recycling it and reusing it. And even better, drawing into the Myrmelio, so before I do anything else, I get to search for a trap. Ooh, they shouldn't have done that. This card is unaffected by trap hole cards. Of all the decks to be running a trap hole too, that's kind of unfortunate for them to be running into a Myrmelio. Like, I'm sure they're hitting their heads now thinking, why did I just do that? But no one ever reads this, so in the rare situation where a person is actually using trap holes and this gets summoned, no one ever does anything about it. Kind of in my opinion. And there's no reason for me to set the bottomless just yet. I have a whole bunch of card removal on the field already. A Mirror Force, Fiendish Chain, and then I'm going to be using the Morale attack. Okay, that's cool. So let's see if they go for Junk Synchron or what is the other one? Quick Draw Synchron. Okay, going for Junk Synchron. And what do they have to search out? Oh, Doppel Warrior. So they're going to have... For Doppel Warrior. Okay, I don't necessarily mind this being on the field. I just don't want them to sync with it right away. So I'm going to destroy my morale attack. I'm going to destroy their... Should I destroy... What, Copy Knight? Okay, this isn't a tuner, is it? No, that's right. They only just recently made the first trap monster that's also a tuner. So I'm going to be using Morale attack to destroy the Junk Synchron. Otherwise, they would just be able to sync up with their Copy Knight. Although making a level 6 Synchron, or a level 6 Synchro, I'm not really sure what they would be able to go for that would be all that helpful. They could go for the Psychic Synchro that when it battles with something, you can banish it. But at the same time, I have a Mirror Force for that. Okay, and a double cyclone. So I am going to be able to get over the Scrap Iron Scarecrow if I really want to, but I'm going to be saving it for the morale attack for next turn. I don't really care if one of these attacks don't go through. question is, what do I want to destroy right now? I want to destroy the Doppel Warrior because I think this activates in the grave, in which case... Yeah, it activates in the grave. Oh, that's kind of too bad. So I'm not even going to attack because I know that the other one is a Scrap Iron Scarecrow. But I did want to get rid of Doppel Warrior just so they wouldn't be able to do anything, or they wouldn't be able to sync with it. Although... I do have the ability to set a bottomless now because I don't need a spot open because double cyclone is cool like that. There's the Jinzo. Okay. I don't really care that they drew into that by this point because I already have a combo to get rid of it that isn't a trap card, so I am just fine. The question is, do I want to hit their Scrap Iron Scarecrow or their new card? I would like to be able to attack, so I'm just going to go for the Scrap Iron Scarecrow and hit something that I know is decent. Like that, the other one might have been a bluff. But let's see what happens if this is anything decent. I mean, summoning a Jinzo and setting something good in the same turn, that's kind of questionable to me. But I will be finding out. Oh, I drew another double cyclone, so if I really need to, I can destroy whatever that is. Maybe it's another Scrap Iron Scarecrow. That would not be all that surprising because when a person is running one Scrap Iron, they might be running others too. And okay, that's actually not that big of a deal. This card got me a free card. The artifact monster already did some work, so yeah, no big deal. And I have options next turn. If they have a spell or a trap, I can destroy it with Myrmelio. If they have a big monster, I can destroy it with essentially Call the Haunted. And that answers that. I'm just going to go for the spell and trap removal before they can use it because they are using some pretty decent back row. So I do want to make that a priority target to get rid of. And Call the Haunted of their own. Okay, so they actually could have brought back Jinzo because when you bring back a Jinzo with a Call the Haunted, it becomes immune to the Call the Haunted's destruction effect because it is being negated. That's a really old school combo, but if you're running Jinzo, that is still pretty decent. And what do I want to go for now, if anything? I'm actually not going to do anything. I'm going to leave this back row open just so I can use Double Cyclone or Pot of Duplicity if I so please. And I have enough to negate basically anything that they play. If they have a good summon, I can banish it. If they have something I can't banish that I can attack, I can Mirror Force it. And then if they have a good effect, I have a Fiendish Chain. So while I wait for more monsters or some way to make an XYZ, I'm just going to be poking with Myrmelio and then probably using my back row. I mean, this is kind of a combo deck, so when they make something big, it's going to be really big, in which case, yes, I'm going to have to use my back row against it. Drawing even more spells. Oh, okay, not really a bad thing, although there's nothing I want to double Cyclone. So it's going to be kind of sad if they do use something to get rid of this. Even though it's just a Myrmelio, I wouldn't be protecting it anyways, even though it's my only monster. Shadow Spell, what? Wow, this is a really old school style deck. I mean, they're using newer cards though, so that's interesting. But if they're using Shadow Spell, I wonder just how many cards exist, or how many trap cards exist in this deck. Looks like they're using a lot like I am. Okay, Call the Haunted, that is good enough. I will qualify this as a monster. And I can't attack, right? Yeah. Haven't seen Shadow Spell in a very long time. Actually, even when this card was brand new, I never really saw that many people using it. Oh, Speed Warrior, that's different. Okay. Do I care if this gets destroyed? No, actually, I don't care if this gets destroyed. What I'm going to do is, yeah, this can be destroyed. That'll go with it. And then during the end phase, I'm going to call the Haunted the same Myrmelio and then pop their back arrow again. And this kind of puts me into the same exact spot I was in before, but at the same time, it puts my opponent in an even worse one because I have extra cards, whereas they don't. Magic Cylinder, wow, using a lot of crazy cards. Okay. And drawing into more spells, which is whatever at this point. I mean, I already have game, essentially. It's going to be very difficult for my opponent to actually do anything against what I have. I don't really want to discard any of these. These are all very good cards, so I'm just going to set the D prison in hopes that maybe I can finally use one of these cards. I mean, I like saving them for good targets, but at the same time, I do want to be playing them. I'm kind of overloaded at this point. Okay, there is my final morale tech, so I'm going to be wanting to use Potter Duplicity now. And let's see what they have in store as their other face down. It looks like they're only using stuff that... Oh, Enchanted Javelin. I was going to say they're using a lot of stuff that it happens on the attack. But... Oh, okay. That's interesting. What do I want to discard, though? Probably going to go with Artifact Movement. I mean, I've been popping their back row left and right, and I still have a double Cyclone left over, so I would say this is the least useful card in my hand. Duplicity is going to let me recycle one of my morale attacks, which is very important. Fiendish Chain is Fiendish Chain, negates stuff, and Potter Duality, shoot. Okay, I guess I am going to continue playing the waiting game for more monsters. Then I want to discard. I'm going to go with a Duality. I can't play it anyways, so it's not really going to be coming in handy. And the moment that I draw a monster, either the other Traptrix monster or that's lame, or Summoner Monk, I'm going to be wanting to special summon that turn regardless. So this really does me no good. And lame. They have a Scapegoat, so this is going to prolong the duel even more. And wow, drawing another spell. Where are the rest of my monsters? I know I have them. So rather than discard a card during the end phase, I'm just going to tribute someone for that and get the third morale attack to the grave. And then this allows me that when they do end up giving me a space available when they use any sort of a monster, 2 turns in a row if I really want to, I can recycle 2 of them back to my deck and then draw 6 cards total. Okay, I really want to let them make a... I do want them to make a monster, but at the same time, they're going to make a Black Rose, and that's going to be whatever. I'm just going to use Fiendish Chain and a Bottomless to get rid of it. Or they're going to go for the Thought Ruler Archfiend, really? This has to be targeted, right? Yeah, that targets. Okay, so I get to Bottomless this. Bottomless does not target, so there's nothing that they can do about it. Very good card. That's why it is limited to 1. And awesome, that frees up a back row so I can start using my other spells. Wow, still drawing into more spells. I would. And oh, I don't even have 3 yet, do I? Oh, that's right, just 2 morale attacks and that. Okay. Don't really care. Gonna continue just going for more damage. And at this point, I'm actually gonna be setting a double Cyclone. The reason being is, even though it fills up the rest of my space that I actually really needed, all they're able to do right now is summon a monster or set a back row or use Dark Hole. So if they do set some back row, I'm just going to instant double Cyclone it. I mean, I have another one left in my hand. Oh, wow. Pro is trying to troll me. Okay, so I'm going to have to discard it during the end phase of this turn. And... at this point, what do I even want to discard? Probably gonna go with... I'm gonna go with Duplicity. At this point, I actually do want to search for a monster, even if I can't use its effect this turn. And then I also have another Potter Duplicity, so that's, that's fine. I don't need double of them. Okay, so I'm just gonna be able to deprison this. What can I Mirror Force? Now I'm gonna deprison that. Using a single target card for a single monster, not going to waste a Mirror Force. What? Really? All the spells, none of my monsters. I think most of my deck is going to be monsters that are left. At least a chunk of them. Okay, I don't need the traps. So I'm just going to go for the obvious Myrmelio play. And I'm actually really surprised that I have a trap hole left on my deck at this point. So I'm just going to search out and thin just so I can get more potential monsters, which I know I have. Oh, you know what? I should have done Potter Duality, but... no, I can't Potter Duality. Wait. What did I special summon this turn? I need to activate that. Having a brain fart here, whatever. Let's see, what do I want to set in this case? Probably nothing. I'm actually just going to discard the double cyclone. I want to keep this space open so I can do Wildity, and then if I can get something else summonable, I will be going for game regardless of if I can actually special summon this turn. Okay, there we go. Now they're setting some back row. And oh wow, they're being smart about it. They're setting double, probably assuming that I do have something to destroy it. And not thinking too hard about which one is the bluff, but I did just hit the bluff card. Darn. Oh, there we go. Getting a Summoner Monk. Okay, there's two ways that this can play out. Either that back row is something good, in which case it wouldn't be game if I summon this and summon something else to attack anyways, or they're both bluffs. And that's probably going to be the case, so I'm not even going to use its effect. I'm just going to go straight into the Cowboy or Gunman. I kind of like Gunman more. It's the older OCG name. And then, assuming that this is also a bluff, I'm going to go ahead and make a game. Overall, pretty decent duel. I wish I had drawn more monsters. I could have finished this quicker, but if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and stay brutal.